Hello, everyone. I'm John Self, and welcome to Self Perspective, a weekly video blog with information and insight to help you manage your career. Now, for most of you who know the routine, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have written blogs with the video blog on Wednesday. Well, because our subject matter today is a carryover of a video blog last week, I decided to kind of change up the process today. We're going to talk about interviewing. Last time we talked about the telephone interview and how to connect with the caller in a way that would help you be more effective. Today, I want to answer an email from Roger, who's a Senior Vice President for Corporate Communications and Strategy for a health network in New York. And Roger was very kind. He said, I like your videos and blogs, especially those on interviewing. He said, I've learned the hard way that being prepared for interviews is vital. I could not agree more. I've been teaching the interview process for, 13 years. As most of you know, I teach the course at Congress each year for the American College of Healthcare Executives. It's an area that I have a great passion for. Today, I want to give you a couple of tips on how to handle that face-to-face interview. 90 minutes or an hour, that's a long time, and it's impossible, as Roger says, to anticipate every question you're going to have. So let's break it down into two components. There's the core questions that you're going to hear in the telephone interview and the Skype interview and face-to-face. And those questions are, they tell us about yourself. Now, we're not interested in chronology there. We want to hear your value brand statement. We want to hear why we should consider hiring you. You'll also hear, why do you want to work here? The cost of a mishire is pretty substantial. So employers are really listening carefully for you to explain why their organization. You may also get questions about your leadership style. One that a lot of people hate, tell us about your weaknesses. That speaks to your emotional intelligence. And a lot of people don't like it, but it's a very important question. Biggest success, biggest failure, and if you're currently employed, why do you want to work for us? And there's some important answers that you can, strategies for that question. Some people have been terminated or have laid off, and you need to really nail explain that issue to them in a very compelling, meaningful way. Now, if you ask all of those core questions together, you'd probably take about 15 or 20 minutes. So that leaves a lot of time left in the interview. So let me give you a suggestion on how to prepare for that. If you think about it, in every interview, there are between 5 and 8 categories from which all questions come. And the number of categories varies on your scope of responsibility and your title. Those categories include leadership, finance, marketing, regulatory compliance, that type of thing. So create a flow chart for all the categories that are applicable to you. And then under each category, ask some questions. Write down the questions that you would ask if you were conducting the interview. And be honest with yourself. Write down some questions that you would just as soon not have to answer. Then also list some of your successes in each category. Now, this is going to help you get mentally prepared. And in an interview, going into an interview, being mentally prepared gives you a big advantage over your competitors. Because if you ask recruiters, what they're going to tell you is, most candidates come prepared to talk about the organization, but they've done little preparation in terms of their messaging, what they want to communicate, the examples they want to give. So if you're trying to differentiate yourself between 100 or 200 people in a job interview, this is a good way to begin that differentiation process. I hope this information has been helpful. If it is, will you visit our John G. Self YouTube webpage and like us and subscribe? We'll be doing more content like this every Wednesday. And you can find our regular blog at johngself.com. There are more than 1,000 career management posts in our archives, and you can download them free, and it's a searchable archive. So please help yourself. I hope you enjoy the content. I'll see you next time.